What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Inside Zone. Listen, I want to make a quick post. I was kind of scrolling through some of the news of the day a couple of days ago and noticed a article about how the NFL will be streaming the Super Bowl free on Tubi. So, for those who don't know what Tubi is a newish streaming platform that kind of made its popularity during COVID, right? When we were kind of locked into the house, didn't really have anywhere to go. And they really kind of focused on independent, small, lesser known directors and producers and actors. A lot of good, African American shows and things like that and movies. And then also just some ridiculous movies where somebody will have a wig in one scene and flash to the next scene a couple of seconds later and the wig is different, or a mustache here and no mustache there. Just kind of low budget but funny. And some of the shows actually were pretty good. But kind of blew up during COVID, and the guy that started it was able to sell it, and I think it's owned by one of the big companies now or whatever. But it's grown massively, and good for them, right? That's the American way of, even though the original owner was like Middle Eastern or something like that. But the NFL now has bought in, and they're going to stream the Super Bowl live on Tubi. Now, generally, this is only going to impact those folks around the world or around the country that don't have cable, right? If you're not, subscribing to monthly cable of some sort, whether it's YouTube TV or Direct TV or Xfinity Spectrum, whoever, this is, pretty good news. You can have another outlet to watch the Super Bowl. But this got me to thinking, right? I mean, the NFL is king of the sporting world in revenue. That's what they do best, right? They bring in revenue. They find new revenue streams. Now the big push over the next decade or two is, growing the international audience. And by doing that, they're playing games in London. I think next year they're going to like Berlin. They were in Brazil this year, and just trying to dip their toe in the international market with some of the teams. I think the rumor is that they're going to end up placing a few teams internationally that will, be permanent places. I think that's the ultimate goal, to have a worldwide footprint permanently. So you'll have a team in London and maybe a team in Mexico and maybe a team in wherever, right? Still waiting to see them play a game in Africa. That would be pretty interesting yet cool to see, if they really want to make a footprint around the world. But it got me to thinking, right? All this move to streaming, right? Streaming came up a few years ago, really started making a push into the day-to-day way that we watch TV. And I got to thinking, right, a few months ago, it was a Thursday night game, and I think, my Falcons were playing or something like that. And my dad, who's in his mid-70s, calls me and he's like, hey, look, I can't find the game, right? I turned to ABC, I turned to NBC, I turned to Fox, I turned to ESPN, and I turned to NFL Network, and I can't find the game. And I said, oh, no, Dad, is playing on Amazon Prime. And he's like, what the hell is that, right? And so I started thinking, right, this move to kind of be all places and sign all contracts that bring in money, I think it kind of alienates a large portion of the original NFL fan base, which are folks like my dad, folks like, baby boomers that love watching the game but find all of this streaming and have to pay for a new subscription here, new subscription there. For my generation, for our generation, I feel like it's it's a necessary evil. I think it's one of the things where we can navigate it, and it's typical for me to log on, go to Google to search where this team is playing and how I can watch it. Oh, I have to go get a Fubo TV subscription, or I have to go get a a FanDuel Sports subscription in order to watch the Hawks or the Braves or whatever and kind of navigate that way. But for a large portion of folks that are going to have to now get a Disney subscription, a Netflix subscription, a Amazon Prime subscription, a Paramount Plus subscription, a Tubi subscription now in order to watch TV, I think it becomes a lot. I'm not sure what the solution is. I'm not sure if there should be one king at the hill where everything funnels through to get access, which essentially was the big cable companies of the past. I don't know. All I know is it's confusing. And the NFL, NBA, all these sports leagues, they're going to be all in on it because it's revenue. These companies are paying to get access to these products that these leagues are presenting. And it's, unfair for the consumer, definitely unfair for the legacy folks like my pops that love the sports, but just kind of gets turned off by some of the complexity of having to sign up, share your data, and sign in on a new platform every time he just wants to watch a basic game. So not sure what you guys think, not sure what your experiences have been, but I think it's getting to be a bit much. And I know it's all about the bottom line. It's all about increasing the owner's pockets and making a $100 million franchise like the Dallas Cowboys into a multi-billion-dollar franchise like Jerry Jones did. That's the ultimate goal. That's the American dream, right? But what about the fans, right? What about the folks that are supporting it? I guess it doesn't matter as long as you're able to increase the watchers. So, the net negatives are outweighed by the net positives, so to speak, by adding new fans and new subscribers from around the world. So I think for the most part, just kind of looking at it, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, because as long as you're going to increase the international fan base, you're going to have fans on top of fans continuing to come to the sport. So although some American fans may fall off or slack off or whatever based on whatever initiative the NFL is pushing now, they're always going to be gaining new fans. The NFL is getting soft and all the new quarterback rules protecting them. That doesn't matter because the game is growing internationally now. It's like being an artist, right? You see a rapper that grows his fan base in the United States, and then they go international, and then it triples. So they can care less about their fans in the U.S. now because now they've gone international, and they've hit a new revenue stream that wasn't there before, right? AKA Snoop or 50 Cent or whoever. So that's where the NFL is at right now. They're making money. They're printing money on top of money, and for the next 10 to 20 years, that's going to be the norm. And as a fan, we just have to buckle up, prepare, make sure we have our streaming login saved somewhere, and just go along for the ride. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not a fan of it, but what choice do we have? Like, subscribe, share, comment below. Let me know what you guys think.